Janitorial Manager presents the Business of Cleaning podcast, the podcast that brings you the information you need to be successful in the cleaning industry. The Business of Cleaning podcast provides in-depth interviews with successful personalities from the commercial cleaning industry, as well as discussing the trending topics that matter to you and your organization. Welcome into the Business of Cleaning podcast, the mini-series, your number one source of information on the commercial cleaning industry. We release new episodes monthly. Live from the Janitorial Manager studio located in Toledo, Ohio, I'm Tim Clagg, the Marketing Communications Specialist here at ISSA Solutions and your host of the Business of Cleaning podcast. We want to welcome in Ed Nichols, Director of the ISSA Show North America. Welcome to the show, Ed. I know right now is a very, very busy time of the year for you, gearing up for the biggest show, the 101st year of ISSA. It's right around the corner, and we're grateful for your time.
Thank you for having me, Tim. I'm really glad to be part of this.
The industry continues to grow, and you guys are a big part of why the industry continues to grow, all the positive things you guys do. And there's so many resources, more than ever before, for people to utilize for their organization. When it comes to reputation, I look at ISSA being the gold standard. Mention 101st year as an organization. What is the company goal, and how do you guys continue to raise the bar year in and year out every year?
Well, Tim, thank you for saying that. And I'm very fortunate to represent the brand. As you know, we're a barometer really for the cleaning industry on an annual basis. We bring 600 exhibiting companies to the show with the latest in products and innovation, representing 23 different countries. And at the same time, bring the entire industrial, commercial, and residential ecosystem, distributors, wholesalers, contractors, and facility solutions to the show with almost 13,000 industry professionals in attendance, coming from over 89 different countries. The bar's high, but you ask what the goal is each year, and it's actually quite simple, and that is to continue to exceed year after year expectations, as well as number of qualified buyers that we were able to bring to our exhibiting companies each year.
And the innovation, the
Yes.
new things you guys continue to come up with at every show. Last year was my first time attending the show, and I think I picked the best year, the 100th anniversary celebration. And there's so many first-time owners in the industry. How, from everything from your experience that you see, how do trade shows benefit professionals within the commercial cleaning industry?
Well, certainly they're the place that we group or regroup, right? We saw through COVID that much of the information, even some education, could be transferred electronically. But what we missed was the in-person, the people-to-people, the networking, what isn't planned, but certainly what benefits business. And I do want to say congratulations if last year was your first year. That was mine as well. So you did pick a good year to be there.
Yes. You know, for someone attending, last year mentioned my first time, any cleaning show for the first time, what are some things they should expect when preparing? Because you want to prepare ahead of time to have your schedule, your routes, wherever you want to stop and take part in sessions or find out about a product or anything else that's going on.
Yeah, so for first timers, I would like to elaborate on that. So what to expect a lot. I mentioned last year was my first year there as the organizer. I think there was as much that I missed the opportunity to go see as what I saw. The ISSA show is multiple shows under one roof, right? First, we've got our co-location with BSCAI. We're going on the 10th year of that partnership. Incredibly grateful for that, for the collaboration. Hold that relationship dear, and that continues to grow. In addition, what we've done this year, what we'll do this year is more curated experiences for the primary demographics, right? So for distributors, it's education, it's more education. In addition, we've got a networking breakfast that we'll hold on Wednesday morning, an opportunity to meet people, to regroup and to find people on an annual basis, right? Folks get back together at the ISSA show and really set the course for their year moving forward. For contractors, last year, contractors were the largest consumer of education at the show, and the education participation grew by 38%. So the contractor number, which was second only to distributors last year, and we think based on the membership size of that class with ISSA, will probably be number one this year. It's all about education. We'll introduce a networking opportunity for the contractor community on Monday evening at the foundation room, a chance for those folks to get out of their business, meet one another, and then really tackle the week together. And then the third being the facility solutions, the facility managers. For many of these folks, the source of their product and innovation awareness is industry events, and the cleaning tends to be maybe a pavilion within something, a larger event. This is like Disney World for them. So last year we initiated a really robust effort to bring those folks from a variety of different industries. This year we'll capitalize on that. To the point where Wednesday afternoon, we've got a happy hour for those folks on the show floor that at 15 weeks out, we're almost sold out.
Wow.
For that already. So we may need more space. And then the last thing I'd like to say, you asked about being a first timer. We're going to resurrect a program that we had done previously, and that is a first timer breakfast. For all the reasons that I just said, what we want to do is as folks come to the event, make sure that they understand based on what they're coming for, that we can outline what's there for them and they can maximize their time and their ROI at the show.
You were mentioning a topic that's so important, especially within a growing industry and so much success and a head full of steam is networking. I really feel like this is just a great opportunity, and everybody's so welcoming and eager to have those conversations. It doesn't matter whether you are a competitor, everybody wants to help one another out. And that's the biggest thing that I feel really proud about now working in this industry is just that camaraderie, and you're seeing people understanding how important that networking really is, Ed.
It really, I couldn't say that better. It really is a gathering of who's who in the marketplace. It becomes a celebration of all things cleaning
Right.
when folks get there. And it does remind me in my opening remarks last year as a newbie, I did say just that. You know, for so many folks, there's such a tight network of people and they're so welcoming, but really reminding people, hey, you've got people here that are here for the first time and they may be coming for the next 20 years. Just
Yeah.
if you take the time, introduce yourself, make sure they get the opportunity to meet you. It's a wonderful, wonderful industry that I'm excited to be part of.
Takes a lot of resources, a lot of time gathering, preparing for the next year. Let's look at that aspect real quick. So much work, so much planning, an event of this magnitude and size. Take us through your process, your team's process as you continue to have success every year. I know that the process for next year's is already underway. Those conversations happen with individuals that are at the trade show looking ahead to 2025 and beyond.
You're so correct. So that process has already begun. And I do have to say two things I'm incredibly grateful for. Being employed by Informa, who is the largest trade show, B2B trade show organizer. So we're given the resources necessary to make sure that we're putting our best foot forward and really doing everything we can to outperform expectations. As probably more important, I would say our ISSA partner, right? You've got such a strong brand. You've got such legacy, respect, and knowledge in the marketplace and how they impart that upon my team. I could not be more grateful. But as you said, 15 weeks out, we're already planning for next year. We're already meeting. We're already looking to understand the needs of our exhibiting and attendee customers. We're already framing out how we plan and hope to be able to exceed those expectations. That'll manifest itself now in some research, on-site focus groups, and then what we can't get away from, right? What we're the fabric of what we do is conversations. We'll have those conversations on site to understand, to validate, and probably tweak what we're thinking. But that strategy process beginning now really will culminate probably end of the year. End of the year, we'll have a fully baked strategy on how we outperform what we do this year and how we continue to exceed expectations and provide value to our customers for 25.
You were mentioning all the sessions, so many educational sessions, workshops. What are some just off the top of your head that you would recommend that are available for people to attend heading to ISSA 2024 here in November?
The sessions are a bit like my children. I love them all, and they're all very different. So I do want to. I'll mention the fact that we earlier I said right that was 38% we grew the
Yeah.
participation last year. So we're so excited about that. That's allowed us to bring on a new senior conference manager who's done a wonderful job working with ISSA to build out the program with 170 sessions this year. So that's almost 20% more than last year. So I think I'll talk about topically what we're providing and then really ask
Mhm.
folks to go to the website, which I want to talk about in a second.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
ESG and sustainability, facility operations and management, certainly for those end users, healthcare, hospitality, career development, and then certainly we want to make sure we understand residential cleaning. But what I would say is as the curriculum is built, and as things are added or amended, I mentioned earlier, we've got things that sell out. The website, ISSAshow.com, is the best resource to be able to not only get the information, I'm going to brag on my team a bit here, but we've been able to sort information by your demographic. You can actually sort what's there for you rather than having to sift through everything that's listed on the site. So that's probably the best resource to understand what's available and make sure that you maximize not only your time, but understand what courses are available for you.
Also, too, the app. Download it. If you are attending this event, it is going to help organize and make everything stress-free and streamline so many opportunities for you. I know I've been in there kind of dabbling, organizing some things. Also, not only if you are attending, but if you're an exhibitor as well, you can divide it by so many different resources that are available within the app.
Tim, absolutely. It's as if we spoke before this, correct? So not only the app,
Right.
right? Because of the immediateness of just society right now, 100% that's going to be the most accurate information. I think the other thing I would ask people to do if you're intending to be at the show is register now. One, the savings, but two, we have increased the amount of hotel rooms that we have at the Mandalay Bay and Delano properties and the adjacent properties by over 30%. And for those that were there last year, understanding that the first time at Mandalay Bay, the campus feel really allowed the show to exist well beyond the show hours. The logistics were much, much improved, but demand is high. So the best way, register now for savings. That'll also keep you up to date on all the latest information. It'll ensure that you've got your hotel room and that you're not having to get into transportation pretty much from the time you get to the show until the show is over. And then, as you mentioned, make sure to download the mobile app. That will always be the most current information.
Something I enjoyed last year watching every day was the mad rush as soon as those doors are open and everybody filing in to the big hall, the big room. Just something that I think is fun to watch people just show that enthusiasm, sharing that common bond for the industry.
Tim, I tell you, that is one of the key measures of success. And I would argue relief for the show director is that first morning when you see everybody there, you see the smiles, you see the excitement, you see the enthusiasm. And as you mentioned, as everybody takes to the floor, it's incredibly fulfilling.
Ed, I want to thank you for giving our listeners valuable information on ISSA as an organization and the trade show. ISSA puts on several trade shows throughout the year, but this is the big one, ISSA North America. Where can people find and follow you? You mentioned the website on social media and your website if they have any additional questions.
Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn we're on, but certainly the website has the ability to be able to ask any questions you may have, to sign up for updates, and somebody on the team or myself will always get back to you, usually within 24 hours.
Great response time and great people to work with. And that will complete our first edition of the Business of Cleaning podcast, the mini series, as we look at all the trade shows and resources out there for you guys, the listeners in the industry. Be sure to subscribe, follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast from. Also, be sure to leave us a 5-star review and your comments. From everyone at Janitorial Manager, our guest, Ed Nichols, I'm Tim Clagg saying so long. Until next time.